Hey guys, welcome to my channel. On Monday, May 22nd, 2025, we are going to be doing this where we explain how to finish the end of the story quest of Nightdale, Shroud, the Silent Past. This is in the game Honkai Star Rail update, version 3.0, technically version 3.0, but I think we're in 3.4 right now. But this is how we finish the quest, because if you, like me, and probably many others, weren't able to make it this far, then I have this where I will guide you to finishing it and how to finish it in the correct way. So, wow, as you can see, I'm very expert in quests, hence the reason I have so many, but we're going to focus on this one because it's a Trailblaze mission, meaning it's the main story quest. So as we head up the stores here, we're going to wait for a few bits just to kind of get things open. Just got to make sure everything's open and fresh. I always like to collect these because if you're a collector, much like me, you might be able to get a little achievement for that. Alright, as we get this door open, finally, we're gonna hit a cutscene. And luckily with cutscenes, we don't have to worry too much about doing the right thing. We just gotta sit still and look pretty as much as we can. I cannot read, so I will not be reading these out loud for you. But luckily I am fluent in Japanese, so I do understand what they are saying. I don't need to look at this. But for your guys' sake, I'll keep it on in case there's a special step that happens throughout the video. Make sure to keep that like button and hit subscribe as well halfway through the video. I'm hoping to get Redbox to be my next sponsor. I'll let you listen to his voice for a bit. Turns out his voice will soon be my husband. What? Who said that? Oh, and that brings us to our next ad sponsor. And that's gonna be Rocket Money. And ZocDoc. I think the title explains itself. Next thing you're going to do is use a ton of miracles to get into the light mode. And get into another cutscene, which we have a lot at this point. But that means that we are getting close to the end. Where did Don Hung come from? Oh, that's cool. I will be quiet just so you can listen and make sure there's getting all the gameplay notes in here because it will be important later in your quests. One thing I always like to suggest is actually just multi-tapping all of the quests. It makes the time go faster. And that's one of my pro hints that I tend to give to those who are looking for efficiency rather than learning. And you're going to want to go over here and just hit engage. That is going to get us our very popular and well-loved flying hand. So, while the flying hand does have a lot of different places it could go, we want to focus on going over here. As where it says lay bridge, you're going to want to hit disengage. You don't want to hit return or like move away. You're going to be disengaged. I always like to keep that up for those who like to follow behind. Next thing you want to do is a puzzle. A good old-fashioned puzzle. We are quite used to these. Now this one is actually quite hard, but luckily with these steps, you'll be able to get it done in a jiffy. So, as you know, we want to get down there. But how are we going to do that? And here's where I'm going to show you. Gonna go like this. We have our guy in now. So you just gotta think, where is our guy gonna be going? What can we do to make him move in the right place, basically? But we also don't want to get hit. So we have to do a little bit of quick thinking. And it seems we've reached an impasse. Perhaps I didn't. But that's how we do it, guys. You all just gotta think quite slowly, and you'll get it. Make sure don't read messages from strangers, so if you see a notification, don't ever open it. I tell you, this is probably good advice. My other good advice that I would give you is to actually pay attention to where you're going. I do mess up on this sometimes, but practice makes perfect. I always suggest reading every little thing, just in case they give you a freebie. Not much from this one, but we get the gist. And just to be safe, we're going to go into the dark mode, because as you can see, we're in a little bit of a different state. So, we need to get out of there, as it's not the safest. But then we realize that, oh wait, we're not supposed to leave it like that because there's no way to move anywhere, which is why we need it back on. And don't get me wrong, this is most definitely very complicated, but we will eventually find a way. So, what I think is going to be best for us is actually if we go back to the hand. But unfortunately, I cannot remember where we need to go for that. So, what do we do in this situation? You know? That's a good question. So, we shall look for it. It does say that we have to go over there. So let's go over there. This is why I think we just need to sometimes take a little time and trace back our steps. But luckily for you, I did that so you don't have to worry about it. I suffer from short-term memory loss. Oh, see, I did that mistake I talked about not doing. But that was just to test you guys out and see if you were listening. Comment down below if you figured it out. As you can see though, we need to put a balance on something. And luckily, we have just that. And that's how you do it. Done quite quickly if I do say so myself. But unfortunately, it doesn't love us enough. So, we need to do a bit more, and I'll show you that in the next video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Down below, you can see a few of my other recommended quests where I complete things while my toes opening up, such as Genshin Impact quest, Honkai Star Rail quest, or even more recently, Wuthering Waves quest. Thanks, and have a great day.